Today, I'm showing you how to turn plain text into a full 3D animated video, Pixar style, using only free AI tools. But here's the twist. After testing dozens of tools and workflows, I realized it's not really about which tool you use. It's the framework that makes it work. Once you learn this process, you can apply it with any platform and still get stunning results. And I'll walk you through every step, and at each one, I'll drop a trick no one's talking about. So don't skip around. Every part matters. And trust me, the bonus tip at the end, it's one I wish someone told me months ago. I've spent 20 years in marketing, and I've never seen a content opportunity this open, this scalable, and this creator-friendly. And AI animation tools available, they're finally good. Like, actually good. But most people still treat them like push-button magic and wonder why their videos feel off. Look at channels like Bible in a Nutshell or Sleepless Historian. They're not blowing up because they've got secret tools. They're just following a smart process, reusing assets, building videos like professionals. Follow the framework I'm about to show you, and you'll skip the pain points, weird motion, inconsistent faces, wasted credits, and finally get that polished, cinematic feel, all using free tools. Here's how it breaks down. We're working with a two-part formula. Part 1, the setup phase. This is where you become the director. And Part 2, the production phase. This is where your AI team starts shooting the film. The setup phase is by far the most important, and yet it's the part most creators rush or skip entirely. But if you skip it, your visuals won't match, your characters won't stay consistent, and your final product will feel more like a test run than a finished video. The best setup phase follows 6 simple steps. So let's get into step 1. Story selection. This is where things often go sideways. People just say, do a story about Jacob, and hit enter. That's not enough. Here's what to do instead. Open ChatGPT and give it your niche. Maybe it's Bible stories, motivational content, or animated videos for kids. But don't just ask for popular topics. Filter by emotion. That's trick number 1. Use emotion-based filtering. Ask for 5-story moments that involve transformation, emotion, or strong visuals. Why? Because those are the scenes that stick. They're engaging, easy to animate, and perfectly aligned with what your target audience actually wants to watch. Whether you're creating for kids, faith-based viewers, or a motivational audience, your job is to deliver moments that connect, not just informational, emotional, visual, repeatable, the kind of content that stops scrolling, earns attention, and makes someone think, I want more of that. So think beyond the story. Think about your viewer and what they come to your channel hoping to feel. Now that you've got your story idea, it's time to zoom in. This is where we write a micro-story. So what is that? A micro-story is a short, self-contained narrative with a clear emotional arc. One moment, one setting, one turning point. Think of it like a single scene from a movie that still feels satisfying on its own. Here's the structure to follow. Start with a setup, where are we, and what's happening. Then a turning point, something unusual, emotional, or visually striking. And finally, a resolution. How does the moment end, or what's changed? This format keeps your story tight and clear, perfect for short-form animation. Here's trick number 2. Use a role-based script format. Break the scene into narrator lines and character lines. Literally label them, like narrator and then the text this character is saying. You're writing it like a mini screenplay that helps you see the rhythm, and most importantly, it sets you up for voiceover and animation later without needing to rewrite a thing. Here's a prompt you can drop directly into ChatGPT. Write a short, self-contained story based on the biblical event of Jacob's dream at Bethel. The story should include a clear beginning, middle, and end. Structure it like a Pixar-style animated short. Keep it emotionally engaging and visually rich, with enough detail to be broken into 4 to 6 animated scenes. Include both narrator lines and character dialogue, and label them clearly. The tone should be inspiring and peaceful, and suitable for animation targeting a family audience. The goal here isn't perfection, it's clarity. You're locking in the moment. If you want your animation to actually look professional, this next step is everything. We're talking character consistency. That means your character looks the same in every shot. Same clothes, same face, same vibe. Sounds obvious, right? But with AI, visual drift is real. One scene, Jacob has short hair and looks young. Next scene, he's older, long hair, wearing a crown. Total mismatch. The fix is simple. Create a character description sheet. This does 2 things. 1. It gives you a locked-in reference you can reuse across all prompts. 2. It saves time. Instead of rewriting the description every time, you just copy-paste from your sheet. Open a Google Sheet and set up columns like character name, core description, prompt, seed. Now go to ChatGPT and ask, give me full character descriptions for all key characters in the story of Jacob's dream at Bethel. Include name, age, emotional tone, clothing style, physical details, and personality traits. Make each one feel like they're part of a Pixar-style animated short. Once you get the output, copy it into your sheet. Then simplify. If something isn't visually important, cut it. Keep what you'll actually need to describe visually. That's it. Trick number 3. Before generating full scenes, create your character on a plain background. White or gray works best. It helps isolate the look without distractions. Plus, it gives you a clean reference to compare future images against. Now, some tools like Leonardo let you upload a character reference and train a custom model. That's awesome for consistency. But with the free version, you can still get amazing results. And if you want to go deeper into character creation with Leonardo, I've got a separate video that walks you through the process. Now, open Leonardo AI. Log in, paste your cleaned up character prompt, then choose your model. Phoenix 1.0 works well for this. For style, choose 3D render, set the aspect ratio, and click generate. Once you've got a version you like, save the image. Then click the 3 dots to copy the seed number and drop that into your sheet. That seed, combined with your locked-in prompt, is your blueprint. Reuse it every time to keep your character consistent, no matter the scene. This step only takes a few extra minutes, but it makes every single shot after this way smoother. You've got your micro-story. The scenes are clear, but now we need to break those scenes into shots. Think of each scene from your micro-story like a movie moment. What you're doing now is cutting that moment into individual frames, like building a shooter's guide or what filmmakers call a shot board. Why does this matter? Because cinematic videos aren't one angle and done. They're layered, dynamic. They zoom in, they pull back, they move. That's what keeps your viewer locked in, and that's what you're building here. So here's how to do it right. For each frame, define 3 things. First, what's happening, like the setting, mood, and background. It tells the AI where the scene is and sets the tone. Next, what the character is doing, the exact action or emotion. It shapes the visual and keeps your prompt focused. And finally, how the camera sees it. Wide shot, close-up, overhead, etc. It controls the visual pacing and adds cinematic variety. And here's trick number 4. Only describe what the camera would actually see. If Jacob's lying down, skip the sandals. If it's a close-up, no need to mention the robe. Extra detail confuses the AI. Keep it clean and camera true. Prompt to use with ChatGPT. Break this micro-story into a storyboard with 4 to 6 scenes. For each scene, include a short description of the background, atmosphere, and setting. What the character is doing in the moment. The camera angle, wide shot, medium, close-up, etc. Now it's time to turn your prep into production-ready prompts. Use what I call the director's prompt formula. First start with subject description, then add subject movement. Next, set the scene like description, background, then establish the setting like atmosphere and lighting. Next, add camera angle and style. This is trick number 5. Use real film terms when describing the camera movements. Words like tilt up, tracking shot, or soft key light give you better results than vague phrases like cinematic or looks good. Be specific. Be visual. Be the director. Now plug everything you've built, your micro story, your frames, your character sheet, into this formula and generate 1 prompt per frame. You've got 2 paths here. Option 1, feed everything into a text-to-video generator. Or option 2, recommended. First generate still images, then animate them using image to video. You'll get much better consistency and control. Use these 2 prompt templates to systemize your workflow. Prompt 1, image prompt generator. Based on all previous work, write a separate image generation prompt for each frame. Each prompt should include full character description, appearance, outfit, emotion and pose, scene setting and background, camera angle, style, Pixar-style 3D, cinematic lighting, keep it compact but visually rich. And here is prompt 2, animation. Prompt Generator. Take the image prompts I've already generated. For each one, keep only the subject and character action. Add clear camera movement, pan, tilt, zoom, tracking, etc. Remove style and lighting terms. Output 1 short, clean animation prompt per frame. This isn't just a prompt, it's your pre-production plan. And now you're ready for the next part of the formula. Welcome to the production phase. Everything up to now was prep. You wrote the story, designed the characters, structured the shots, and built a clean visual roadmap. Now it's time to turn that into actual footage. This phase has 6 parts: image generation, animation, voiceover, sound, and editing. The good news, you've already done 80% of the work. The spreadsheet from step 6. Those director prompts, shot types, motion levels, and seeds, that's your cheat code. Take those prompts and drop them into any generator. Leonardo, ChatGPT, OpenAI, it doesn't matter. This framework works with all of them. That's the power of prep done right. Here's trick number 7. Update your Google Sheet as you go. Add links to generated images. Mark what's finalized and tag anything that needs a rerun. That sheet becomes your visual asset manager. This isn't just about one video. This is your reusable framework for every story, every tool, every project from here on out. Since this is a tutorial using free tools, we'll use Leonardo AI for image generation. Here's how to get clean, consistent results using the framework you've already built. First, choose the right model for your story. Start with a style that fits your animation. I'll use the Flux One context model. 3D render style usually gives the best Pixar-like results. You can also try Phoenix 1.0. It costs fewer credits. Next, copy your full director prompt from the spreadsheet into the prompt box. Keep it complete. Don't leave out the camera angle, lighting, or style. Example, full Jacob description. Pixar-style 3D, wide shot. Jacob glances back anxiously. The wind kicks up soft dust trails, and the sky is glowing orange to violet. Cinematic lighting with long shadows and sweeping desolation. Then, lock in your settings. Use a custom aspect ratio like 16:9 for widescreen. Before generating, if your tool supports it, set a manual seed in the advanced options. Go to your Google Sheet, copy the seed, and paste it here. Reuse the same seed for other shots of the same scene or character. Once you've got images you like, download and rename them with scene numbers. For example, S3 Jacob Dream. Wide shot. One note here if you are using Flux Context Model. Once you use up your Leonardo credits, you can switch to another generator like OpenAI AI with the same model and keep going. Here's how. Go to OpenAI AI, open image generation, paste in your prompt. You can also add a reference image. Use one you already generated. Set the aspect ratio, then click Generate. The results still clean and consistent. This is where you turn your visual storyboards into animated scenes using tools like PixVerse or Kling AI. Let's be real, these aren't fully free, but they do offer daily or monthly free credits. And at the end, I'll show you how to stretch them even further. For this tutorial, I'll use Kling AI to show how your prep work pays off. Log in to Kling AI, go to Video Generation, and use Image to Video option to upload your still image. Grab the right frame from your spreadsheet, then paste in your animation prompt. Use the tool's settings to add pan, zoom, or tracking effects, but also include those directions in your prompt. Here is an example. Slow left to right camera pan across the landscape. Once it looks right, export each animation and name the files by scene number to keep things organized. If you're using PixVerse instead of Kling AI, it's the same process. Just be sure to upload your image, paste your prompt, and add in the camera and style settings. Trick number 7. Don't stress about tool limits. Use your free credits wisely, swap tools as needed, and stick to your framework. That's what keeps you in control. And if bouncing between tools seems overwhelming, I've got you. Check the video description for a list of platforms with free credits, even some lesser-known Chinese tools that are completely free. Pick what works, run with it. This framework works no matter which AI tools you use. Now that your visuals are animated, it's time to bring in voice, narration, character lines, or both, using AI tools like 11 Labs. And no surprise here. The work you did in step 2 already gave you a head start. That micro-story script you wrote, it's your voiceover script now. Here's trick number 8. Save voice presets. Why? Because once you find a narrator voice you like, one that matches the tone of your story, you'll want to use it across future videos. First, choose your tool. Some video generators have a voiceover feature built in, but I recommend 11 Labs for natural emotional narration. One variety, try multiple voices, one for the narrator, another for God, another for Jacob. Open 11 Labs, select the text-to-speech option, and paste your text. Drop each character's dialogue into the tool separately. And for each sentence, pick a voice you like. Example: one storytelling voice for the narrator, a friendly one for Jacob, and finally a deeper tone for God. Select a model, adjust pitch, speed, stability, and similarity, and click Generate. Export files here. And just like with image tools, AI voice platforms often give you free credits each month. So, rotate smartly and build your voice library as you go. Alright, your animation's done. Your voice is in. Now it's time to glue it all together with the one thing that makes everything feel cinematic: sound. That means background music and sound effects. And yes, AI can help here too. Use Suno AI to generate custom music from text prompts. Next, match tone to video. Go to Suno and describe your song. In my case, I'll use instrumental, but you can add lyrics as well. And click Generate. Amazing and so simple. That's trick number 9. Adjust music volume. Seriously, this one step makes your dialogue pop while keeping the music present but not overpowering. When editing music, adjust audio levels. Background music should be around 20 to 25% volume. Sounds should sit between 15 to 30% and voiceover at 100%. Always fade music in at the start of the scene and gently fade it out when the dialogue ends. And finally, add sound effects. You have some in CapCut's library. Just don't overdo it. One well-placed sound is better than 5 layered ones that fight each other. Remember, in visual storytelling, sound is half the experience. It tells your audience how to feel without saying a word. Now, you're pulling everything into one place: your animated scenes, voiceovers, and music. Your job is to assemble them into a video. Tools like CapCut, even the free desktop version, do everything you need. That's trick number 10. Download an earlier version of CapCut to unlock free auto-captioning. It's a quiet hack, but it'll save you tons of time and make your content way more accessible. So, how do you edit it all together? Go to CapCut and import everything. Load your animated clips, voiceover files, and music tracks into your timeline with this insert button, or use drag and drop. Use your Google Sheet to line things up scene by scene. Then line up each voice clip with the corresponding scene. Select text option. And on the left, choose Auto Caption. Keep the font readable, position it low, and don't clutter the screen. Next, apply transitions between clips if needed. Select transitions here on the top menu. Fade music in slowly at the scene start and out again before the dialogue begins here on the right once you select your clip. At the end, add a title or your channel intro if you have one. Finally, to export files, select File Export in 1080p or higher if supported, MP4 format. You want crisp visuals and clean audio. Save it with a clear file name. Once exported, preview the whole thing. If you've followed this process, you should have a smooth, engaging, professional-grade animated short ready for upload. Alright, here's the full animation, then I'll show you 2 powerful tips you don't want to miss.
Long ago, in a land of wonder, a young man named Jacob journeyed into the unknown, with only a staff in his hand and uncertainty in his heart.
Why did I run? Esau's face, father's silence. What if I never go home again?
That night, with a stone for a pillow and sorrow in his soul, Jacob closed his eyes beneath the open sky.
What is this place?
Jacob, I am the Lord, the God of Abraham and Isaac. I am with you. I will protect you wherever you go and bring you home again.
So Jacob took the stone that cradled his dream and turned it into a pillar of promise. He walked on, not alone, not afraid, but guided by a promise and a dream that touched the sky.
This will be the house of God. If he brings me back home, I will serve him, always.
Before we wrap, as promised, here are 2 extra tips that can help, but use them wisely. Some AI tools add watermarks when you download the video. If that happens, you can crop them out in your editor, just scale the files, or use a free tool like cleanup.pictures to remove them. But always read the tool's terms of service first. This should only be used on content you're allowed to modify. You're doing this at your own risk. And if you need more free credits, Gmail lets you create variations of your address that still go to the same inbox. So, jacobchannel@gmail.com is the same as jacob.chen.nell@gmail.com. Many AI tools treat these as separate accounts. You can ask ChatGPT to generate variations and copy them into a separate sheet for better tracking. Again, check each platform's policy first and use this ethically. This is your call and your responsibility. Both of these can help you stretch your resources while you build your content pipeline. So now you've got the full blueprint to create a 3D animated Bible story using free AI tools. From concept to character design, shot-by-shot prompts, voiceover, animation, and final edit. And the best part, this isn't just a one-off tutorial, it's a repeatable system. You can use it to tell dozens of stories, build a full channel, or even create an entire animated Bible series from your laptop. If this gave you real value, hit like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what story you want to see next, or if you want me to break this down for another tool.